Alright, hello everybody, welcome to VR Master League once again. I'm Palidore, got Nightfire casting right beside me. Here's some compliments on the smooth voice of the Nightly One. Every night in VRML, always great to hear, indeed, his voice in your ear. Got KitKatastrophe over on the sidelines as well, and Nightfire. What's going on, smooth one?
Everything's great over here, Palidore.
Oh.
No problems on my end. How great. I mean, we just got done with a great Master Tier matchup, and now we get to kind of get pretty hyped. I mean, a lot of people interested in what these teams are about. What's going to happen with EndPoint versus Team Amoeba? It's I'm excited. I wanted to tune into this one, so I'm pretty hyped to see what happens.
Yeah, me too, as well. I casted Team Amoeba in their matches earlier on, and you know, since then, last one it was a tough loss. They've came back and they've made a big run to make it into the gold division. So they have really put in some serious work over the last few weeks here. Great to see them on in the gold, and just as well going against a team here in EndPoints, looking to well, take this new beginning for Amoeba and indeed make it an EndPoint. So we'll see how they do, but all I know is we're in for some entertainment as usual.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you know, you got my voice, but I think Kit's going to be able to balance out the deep baritones. Kit, I mean, what are you thinking about this matchup coming up here?
Well, it is going to be an interesting one. I am definitely not familiar with either team, seeing as I am from the OCE region. So it will be definitely interesting to see this game, and it sounds like it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we have our, of course, our co-casters here in VRML, Doc Education over on the side of Blue on Amoeba. But that said, round one about to start, so here we go.
I mean, I'll let you into a secret. I'm always kind of rooting for the caster squad. You know, it's always a little bit of cheering going on in my heart for that. But a great joust out the gate, high octane push in, and EndPoint not able to get out too early into that zone. The disc was floating around there, but playing it conservatively here as they get ready to attack. There's a good bit of a clear up. It was a bit wide, and a nice reaction here from NewPro to be playing in the backfield, reading that rebound, keeps the possession into the hands of this EndPoint team. The disc goes just a bit wide there, and another push out here to NewPro.
All right, well, another throw into the goal. Eddie was in the zone, but so was the goalkeeper, so kept that out. Swept it out and back into the mid as end-to-end quickly for the blue team here in Amoeba. And, well, unfortunately, couldn't get the goal because of the stack coming back from the side of EndPoint. And EndPoint now on the defense, playing pretty aggressively themselves. Doc Education, a little too low on the shot, bouncing right back to me. Not me, but him, Dimmert.
And a good bit of attack work there from Team Amoeba. A nice juke, a good pass, and a nice shot on goal. It goes just a bit wide, a full clear coming in here from EndPoint. And there's the stack. I was wondering if EndPoint was going to come in for this attack, and they managed to get through the defense that's distracted by the potential threat of the pass and just forget that the disc is going straight to goal. 2 points come in for EndPoint.
Yeah, and great job on their end is... Uh-oh, my replays did a thing. Nightfire, who am I supposed to ping about that? I think I'm supposed to ping myself. In any case, can't do, so reality will do. The duties on the joust here, Q being down the mid lane of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be perfect 100% of the time, Palidore, okay? I think we can accept one missed replay here or there. But either way, a good bit of back and forth in the midfield. Team Amoeba not able to get the attack, not able to get through this defensive EndPoint. But as I say that, the disc favorably bounces all the way through the tunnel, all the way back into EndPoint zone, nearly goes into the goal, and thankfully Dummy Thick Dot is here to prevent it. The pass up, that goes a bit wide. This may be an opportunity to attack for Team Amoeba.
Yeah, it took a while to get back into the stacks there for Amoeba. They eventually did get there, but, well, it will be Dummy with the grab. And no, it's not me being toxic. Not me, Dimmert, either. These are some very confusing names to cast, but that said, no confusion at all because they do have the 2-point lead, although the goal might be conceded here in a second, but defeated by the punch from NewPro.
Yep, and there comes the attack. Still, though, the rebound reaction here from Team Amoeba is really nice. inside the zone. They were able to keep the threat floating around, and as I say that, pass goes a bit wide and floats into the hands of Eddie, who gets a great clear down the midfield as the defense able to ride back in time and essentially be the buffer for that open goal 3. Still, though, the attack comes in from EndPoint. There's a good dive out from the likes of the stack there. In reality, able to push it in almost through the tunnel. Super Nerd here to try and get it in a bit of a brawl in this tunnel to get the disc out up into the zone of EndPoint.
And we'll maybe get a goal as a result. There's just a shovel pass to Doc Education. Would have been lovely, but instead right by Doc's hand. So instead into the midfield now as the brawls unwind at the back line and will be retained here by Reality. Well, seeing is believing. Let's see if they can make another goal. Their first goal, I should say. Their Reality as a cut goes from the middle and dumping it down, but taking it out and sending it. It's me, Dimmer again, making them hurt.
Wow, what a great save there. I mean, excellent read and a great snag. Finally, a great pass set up there that connects with the cross pass, and Team Amoeba just nearly getting in that 2-pointer, but now a bit of a disconnect, unfortunately, for EndPoint. You play through at least this round, and so a bit of an advantage, if you will, for Team Amoeba until that reconnect comes in, and right for the moment, EndPoint's doing a great job preventing anything from coming in.
Yeah, trying to do just that here, and Super Nerd, though, finding himself the, well, not the beneficiary of the disc, but instead the stun. So Eddie getting stunned as well. The Furion here with the disc, and in the midfield just trying to avoid that defender at the station block, which they do, and bouncing almost perfectly into a few boosted players. Eventually, though, New Pro will gather and send it ricocheted clear here on the sidewall.
Yep, and Team Amoeba now looking to attack. That was a great little bit of patient push to make sure they had the stack almost down in there, and there's a good shot from Super Nerd. The pass and the underhand from the bottom of the zone to get it in. Really nice job there. And finally, the timeout gets called in, but Team Amoeba able to work with what they got and tie things up 2-2.
Yeah, that is indeed the case, and so not a surprise to see the timeout, of course, with the one player down, and you never like to see it, but the reality sometimes of the internets and whatnot. But that said, they got their player back, so not too bad for them. I mean, it's effectively halfway through the round, 5 minutes left, so it's basically a restart of 0-0, just like a normal match.
Yeah, just like a normal match, nothing out of the ordinary here. 5 minutes left on the clock, and you're right. If they can mentally reset, then they certainly have an opportunity. But they have to look at the positives. They weathered a 3v4 for I would say, I think, a minute and a half there. You know, they did a great job of preventing that attack and preventing what could have been maybe, a 3 opportunity or something like that. And it nearly bought enough time for Dummy Thick. You know, if you look at when he connected, it was just a few seconds after the timeout. But now we're into the game. Everything's working around. We're into the midfield action. And Dimmert is in the back zone, in the backfield, ready for that push down, prevents anything from connecting. There's an open goal 3 that goes just a bit wide, not open goal, as they do have Reality sitting inside because, hey, they cannot afford to let this, to let a lead start to amass from EndPoint, because when you have these low-scoring games, one goal can be the deciding factor.
Oh yeah, definite difference maker. We might just see 1 goal right there. That's a very tough angle. However, but rebound to Dummy. So Dummy getting stunned there, and now anchoring around his New Pro, anchoring on the own teammate. So interesting strats there, but again, the angle's not conducive to the goal, but a rebound will still be had by Dimmert, and Dimmert working it up the floor. A good pass over to Dummy, and Dummy trying to lay it in thick with a 2-point advantage now.
Sure does. Finds the lead for EndPoint in the later half of the round, but it's a huge goal here to be locked in, because we haven't seen Team Amoeba get a lot of opportunities to attack inside the zone. Now they're going to get the offensive joust. Maybe they can get something aggressive here when the pressure is on and they need to score. We'll see what happens. The push up from Reality MD goes relatively unchallenged, able to get through the midfield, and there's a cast that goes wide, instantly punished and intercepted. The full clear doesn't come all the way through into the zone, but the stacks here. Dummy Thick tries to take the shot. That goes a bit wide. It's followed up by a grab from New Pro. So a 2-pointer, not a 3, but still It adds on to the lead, and now it's a 2-goal lead with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, and that could be, as you mentioned, in a lower scoring round, could be the most damaging of all, just those 1 or 2 goals. And by the way, to the Twitch chat, I see you guys there. Sorry for kind of being a little bit absent there, but it's been a couple weeks actually since I've even casted here on VRML 1, so I've almost forgot the whole process. But I see you, and I'll get to seeing you some more later because we got some more streams still coming, and we got some more clock to burn here. 2 minutes in the first round.
I'm in the same boat with you, Pally. It's on the two of us. I myself not able to get into a bunch of games lately, but I'm excited to get into these because these have been some great back and forth. I mean, this is a great round 1 here for both of these squads, and EndPoint is coming out strong in this round 1. The 3 sunk in there by Dimmert, and at this point, this could be round 1 locked in, but you can never count a team out because in Echo Arena, which is what I love, you know, so the comebacks can be so quick. A couple of 3s can get sunk in 2 minutes time, and so I'm not going to count Team Amoeba out just yet here in this round 1.
And you know what else you can't count out? Palidore on the replays. Actually, it works now. Magic, magic, magic. Reality, though, nothing magic about that, for it is real, but really off on the grab. Me, Dimmert, trying to get it right at the top of the fingertips, and Super Nerd some stuns along with Doc Education. They're going to have a chance here to bring it back just a little bit, but dive, and a new pro recovers, clears, and it's out of there.
Again, I mean, great defense from EndPoint, and there's the good stack push in, and great read, a good shot there from the underside, and it goes through 2 defenders. So, you know, just catches him just setting up to be able to deny that. You know, if he took that shot a half a second later, I think it would have been stopped.
Yeah. Right as they turn around, so that it's almost tougher to deal with that as a goalie. You'd almost prefer that it was an open 3 because at least then you feel like, well, there was no saving that one. But then when you see those go in where just half a second difference, then you just start thinking about it a little more. But that said, not thinking about anything except the goal there. Denial, though. Great one from Dimmert, doing, again, the dirty work inside the defensive end. Furian, though, another delivery. But maybe too much hurrying coming in from their team, and they lose it off here back to New Pro.
That is a hard denial to make because he knows that if he grabs that, he's going to drag it in with his trajectory, but instead recognizes where it's going, dives down, slaps it away, and then prevents what is a 3, which leads to Eddie sinking in a 2, putting the nail in the coffin and locking in round 1 for EndPoint. A really nice save there.
Yeah, 14-2, and a lot of nice things going their way as the round does end, and I'm curious to see the sidelines and get the overview there from KitKatastrophe. So what you got for us as this round comes to a close?
The first half of the round was really, really close, and EndPoint were just able to pick up on those little mistakes that Team Amoeba was making, and they just were able to absolutely capitalize on them, grabbing the disc and just getting free of those defenders, being able to shake the defense. They were able to absolutely pick up in those dead spaces where there were no players and use that to their advantage, and they were just a little bit faster on those stacks. Team Amoeba were doing an amazing job with their passes, but just a couple of small mistakes let them down in that round.
Yeah, I mean, when you get up into the higher ranks, even in the gold division, there are some. Sometimes you don't know what to expect, and every little mistake can go punished. It can go unpunished sometimes too. So you always got to be willing to follow up on your own mistakes. And to your point, I think EndPoint did do a great job of intercepting these little mistakes that happen, and then just piling on. You know, eventually leading to what is now the 14-2 scoreline in this round 1. But you know, I think Team Amoeba have it. If they can keep things close like they did, like you said, for those first 5 minutes, then round 2 could be a lot closer in scoreline. I do expect maybe here to see round 2 be a bit of a lower scoring round if Team Amoeba are going to be the ones to potentially get the win here.
All right, well, round 2 is going to start now, so let's see how that pans out for them. Taking it, though, first is Dummy Thick with the pass on the dot. There's New Pro, but reality says, oh, no. But Dummy gets it right back again. Another grab from Furian, and chasing him down, but not before a shot goes out, and then off the barrier, couldn't hit it.
Yeah, such a hard shot to make. You have to get just the right angle. Couldn't set up for it. Still, though, almost able to attack. Suddenly, out of the back end comes Eddie, trying to disrupt and intercept. Almost gets the opportunity to full clear it. Able to react and prevent that from happening. The bit of an awkward cross pass there gets intercepted by the dive from the defense. And here's the full clear all the way down into the zone of Team Amoeba. Is the defensive stack going to be back in time? In reality, is at least here to prevent, well, what could have been an easy goal. Almost intercepted off the back end there. As Dummy got a little bit overconfident on that duck, and still 2 points for EndPoint.
Nice, yeah, move there to just get through and ducking underneath. So the first two continuing just to do what they did in the last round so far. But Team Amoeba, as we mentioned, new to this gold division here, but they have been on a recent roll to earn their way into this slot. I mean, they've won 6 matches in a row overall. They've won 9 of their last 12. So actually 9 of their last 11, it looks like. So they've just been stellar as of late, for sure. But some momentum stoppage certainly happening thus far.
Yeah, and I mean, you can definitely see what's gotten them those wins. They have pretty good passing. They're playing relatively quick, but they're just being a little, like Kit mentioned, just being a little bit outpaced. EndPoint with the stacks just getting there a little bit earlier. Still, as I say that, the full force of the defense here, ready to defend, ready to put up a full wall to EndPoint, and do prevent that shot from going in. There's a good pass. There's another shot, dings off into the corner, and an attack from EndPoint continues here. A good dive out from Doc does prevent that pressure from continuing, and there's a great intercept.
Kind of a tough series of misses there for the side of EndPoint, because they definitely had that faster boost initially. They had the open shot. They backed it out for a 3-point hit, and instead it's going to be a 3, but not for them, no, but for the Doctor of Education, knocking it down from 8 meters deep.
Educating how to score a nice little 3, and just like that, got a 1-point lead. You know, I maybe this is going to be a high-scoring game, but you know, I do anticipate these goals just to be kind of few and far between, especially with how good this back and forth has been. As I say that, a near full clear comes in. New Pro almost had an open goal opportunity, but now Team Amoeba is back and ready to defend.
And defend, well, they will not be able to, unfortunately, as Eddie gets the shot, goes right past the outreached arms of the goalkeeper, and with that, another score, but just a 1-point lead. So, yeah, I mean, a few minutes off the clock here, and so far, so good in terms of a competitive round, and looking for the ever-desired and sometimes elusive round 3.
Love to see it here as casters. It's what I tend to always root for. I love to see a good round 3, and we'll see if we can get there. As a good bit of passing work comes in here from Team Amoeba. They're trying to bounce back from that 2 that was sunk in, and I don't know, they can find another 3. They'll put themselves into a very good position, but can't quite get the setup they're looking for. The stacks of EndPoint are fast and aggressive, and able to prevent that setup. The full force of the defense is here in time, though, and Doc able to intercept the setup from Dummy Thick. Dummy Thick snags that from Doc. There's a good cross pass, and New Pro again finds the 2, putting this lead up to 3 points.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. 19-meter-per-second fling just from 2 meters out. Makes it even tougher to save. And also credit to Dummy Thick, who really was putting the hurting, basically making Amoeba into some crash test dummies. And definitely got in the thick of things. But with that, the points up to 3 on the lead, and still 5:43 left as this disc just gets all kinds of loose and just hangs in the air for quite a while here.
Yeah, really floating in the zone. There's a good stun out from Super Nerd and a great clear, able to get it all the way in through the midfield, but Dimmer able to be patiently waiting in the backside. Eddie with an anchor shot right in the face of Super Nerd, and another 3 gets sunk in. Well, I think the first 3 getting put in from EndPoint, but another 3 in this round, and now a 6-point lead. Team Amoeba have been keeping this thing close, and they got a lot of time to bounce back from this. I think they've had opportunities. They've nearly put those points in, but they just need to get through this midfield defense that is inside the zone of EndPoint. They're allowing Team Amoeba to push up, but it's here where the challenge is for Team Amoeba. It's here where they're having trouble getting through, and Dummy Thick disrupts and clears.
And disruption now going into the not the trench, the trap, as it will be taken by Fur. And Furion with a disc and looking across, but will be cut off by, guess who, Dummy Thick. That said, getting stunned by Doc Education. Doc a quick one over to the opposite trap now, and Super Nerd with a recovery. Doc taking place in the back line. Meanwhile, the front line, Furion, yeah, Super Nerd, they have the cutter, but a little mistimed, and rebounded here into actually ricocheting back into the orange zone, as it will be a stack from Doc and Co. able to get it back.
I mean, this is just a Dummy Thick being a disruptor, a disrupting force, excuse me, on this defensive side, doing a great job of preventing that setup again from Team Amoeba. And Eddie now with a bit of juke work tries to set up for the attack, but can't dodge two defenders from the likes of Team Amoeba. And what is a attempted clear? Well, look who it is. Grabs it, passes it down to the likes of New Pro. No surprise there as he finds the two again for EndPoint.
Yeah, again, assist there, Dummy Thick, New Pro, A2 Pro for sure. And with that, another big advantage, this time deeper into the round. So it started off, you know, close there. We saw some good offense and defense from both sides that first minute or two, keeping it close together. But now a buffer really being built the last couple of opportunities. And yeah, I mean, EndPoint, again, trying to stop that momentum that Amoeba's been building, doing so with some success as a back pass now resetting to Super Nerd in the back line.
Yeah, I think that was an attempted cross that went just a bit wide. Super Nerd does a good job of reading Eddie there. Nearly steals and clears it. And it's these bit of the panic shots that are getting really nicely punished by EndPoint. They're just reading them very well, and they seem to be always in the right place to intercept these missed passes. And just like that, another two for EndPoint getting sunk in here. A 10-point lead. Hey, it's not insurmountable. We've seen comebacks from 10 points. Mayhem just nearly did it against the likes of Kangarillas. And,
yeah.
You know, Team Amoeba certainly can get momentum rolling on their side here.
Absolutely. See you chatting there asking about Mayhem. Kang won that in two, but both close, as Knight was alluding to. Really both rounds came down to the last minute there. And for this one, well, it's coming down to the last 2 minutes in the second round, needing a mighty comeback for the side of blue, Team Amoeba, as really has just been a flurry coming in from EndPoint, both offensively and defensively, making things so very tough. But that shot, well, that was tough, but it was nice. 5 points on the board, and Super Nerd doing that one.
Right in the nearly the center of the goal there too. Just I think one went high, one went sort of middle low, and the right read on the defensive dives gets that 2 point through. You know, like you said, Palidore, sometimes you just need to thread that needle, and he does it just right. Now the question is, can they get aggressive on the defense? You see that Joust come out the gate there, trying to disrupt in the midfield, trying to prevent his EndPoint team from being able to set up, but now they have, and not an open goal three. They managed to keep one in that goal. Reality's there, but Eddie, a great setup pass from Nupo from the bottom of the zone, finds two, prevents Team Amoeba from getting that momentum.
Yeah, tremendous find, and right at the into the goal for the 10-point lead once again. With a minute left, it will be too much of a buffer, it's looking like, and just really locking this one down here for EndPoint. Doing a great job across these 2 rounds, and meanwhile for Amoeba, now it's a game of points. It's a game of keeping that score as close as possible so you can keep that gold division here going into the final weeks of this season, and you know, just carry it over into the next match that they play and into the remaining weeks of this season. I mean, these points will still very much matter.
Yeah, absolutely. You're talking about sort of capping off your season on a high note. You want to be at a good rank when you're rounding out the end of this cycle. And so, yeah, all these points do matter. Doc actually dives out for the anchored 3, nearly sinks it in, just dings a bit high. Like you said, trying to chip down on that lead with as many points as they can get. Can't quite get it in, and I don't know, you got to wonder, was 2 more efficient than risking for the 3?
Yeah, I mean, any points that they can get at that point would have been very much welcome, but with that said, EndPoint will welcome themselves to this round and this series in 2. So taking the sweep, and a bit of an upset, again, in the context of this has been a team in Amoeba who have been very, very hot over the weeks. Will put an end, though, to their win streak there. They had 6 before this one, and kind of breaking a bit of a streak there for EndPoint.
Yeah.
You know, they've dropped a few in their last 4 games. They just won 1 of their last 4. But that said, that was an impressive win for them, and that could be the boost that they need to keep it going into the end of the season.
Jeez. Love to see it from EndPoint coming in here, finally putting out a, well, not finally, but putting out a good series. Like you said, after a couple of losses. Kit, your thoughts on this series?
I think my best way to sum it up would be that EndPoint were just able to capitalize on the small mistakes and just absolutely keep their momentum going. They didn't let small mistakes interrupt their momentum, and they just came back absolutely firing. Whenever anything went wrong, you could just see that they were trying their hardest. Not to give any doubt to Team Amoeba, though, they definitely had some amazing momentum there. They just made a couple mistakes that EndPoint just were able to pick up on and just absolutely give it to them.
Yeah, and in a game like Echo, when you start to get that momentum, things get a little bit out of control. And so, either way, a good series there. Palidore, do we have more games coming up?
That we do. So, yeah, we will have at least a couple more here. The next one starting, I should probably pull that up, shouldn't I? Will be FORESIGHT versus SuperBad, and that's going to be super good. So stay tuned. Quick intermission. We'll be back around the corner.
City, still so far from home. I've searched for you on my cast out like a shadow, racing towards the light. I pray to see you one more time.
Get this explosive Joker offense, getting the stop is Swag War, so we'll deny that opening start, and they'll get the boost down court. They will be at ceiling, they'll find possession, and they'll take this shot in the law, putting 3
of nice quick passes here, sending it up to the top. Lovely pass there, passing it back. Legit now holding it. Stuns there, lovely stun.
Sending that one cross, gonna be ahead of its target, but pursuing it will be Team Gravity. Viatrex now down to the floor. Does this angle exist? And it does. That pass to Lowriders.
Savage Joes has improved over their current games. Stacks are out. Both stacks are getting really close as blue team flubs their matches. Average Joes puts it in for 2. Toggle pick not taking any time.
A lot of stuns coming through now at the floor will be picked up and set back towards that bubble, looking above the goal, and the slap from Acorn will finish that one off. Getting the grab on that will be Ghostuck, and trying to get that dribble through mid. It will be picked up by Ryruff. Ryruff sending that pass forward. This is a chance. And Ghostuck, but the save, denying that. It's shut down by this defense. This defense is going to find that clear through. Now they're on offense. Now they're going to take this shot, and Ollie, we talk about Ollie, and Ollie does it right around.
Yeah, as you said, Mad was not looking at the cut passes. He was expecting a shot there. As Mad with the long shot off the backboard, not going to get saved by anyone.
One, as that's going to bounce off the crossbar.
Yeah, nice move by Citizen, but not quite able to finish. Elusive picks it up. Zuck's hanging out on the shield, but to the backside, Jake Tabaka.
But shutting that one down will be Winter on the back line.
Yeah, as he clears it down midfield, the stack from Intoxicated super quick, coming in, and will be Winter first.
Chuck sending it near side, looking to get it to Essen. Essen able to play that one off the wall. S goes back to Sports. Sports back to Link 1. Link 1 setting up. Chuck not north.
Nathan, the pass getting stunned out. Spoon with the pickup and the shot. What a shot there from Sir Captain Spoon.
Immediately turning over Caption, gets it up to Mamba. Mamba flings it through as he gets stunned out. Steel Skydiver with the tap back in. Saluna with the empty goal. You can't do that.
Here, he has a Lancashire accent, and it's one of my favorite accents, British accents. So it sounds so clean. That shot's gonna be good. That's the ice on the cake.
Denied by Orochi, walking it downfield. The stack will be there. Hopefully his teammate's calling. Is it a good thing? It is! Up in pocket! Orochi!
They'll still be there for the recovery. The stack, though, meeting them along the line. So there is going to be a shot from the bottom line and right into the goal. Mail it in. It's Franz. In a row. Shots. 2 shots in a row. Fine. 3 in a row. That's where snowballs begin.
Ooh, single shot. They have another opportunity here. Mossy. That was a great read. Next tech far side. Ooh, nice swim move. Next tech down to the floor to the Sosa. Sosa gonna set up Scarborough. Scarborough looking for the cut pass. Hits next tech and he brings it in for the 2. What a play there.
Palidore now looking maybe for the dribble with his teammate. That'll just bounce off the wall, but step over. Nice recovery.
Ooh.
Maybe a long shot and it will go in. For the 3 from 40 meters. Quickly closing that gap. Very nice. Very much appreciated. Now the pass comes up to Lucid Knight. Lucid Knight going for a 1v1 and he will get it off the back but to put it in for the 2.
Fernando's going to get that one cleared out as the chains get together and chase after that one down into the Limit Duty bubble. Ender with the hand on it. Ender up to Andy and a good stop there by Witt. And Witt's going to get the clear out here as this one's through the near side tube all the way down into the Four Kings bubble here. That's 4-on-0.
Already scoring nearly as many points in this round as they did in round 1.
Jim looking for the pass to Kaz. Kaz with the juke and the slam.
Oh, a 9-point lead. And finding the stop there will be clockwork, and that's not good. And this long shot coming through, that's going to be good for Mamil.
They're looking to recollect the disc, but if maybe the other team can get it, they might get a scoring opportunity. And John does recollect over to Hyper Infinity, and Hyper
in orange, that is Gen Z on the right in blue. I am Monster and Wee, joined by so much Sato on the cameras, and Sputnik Cobra in the studio with us as Aeronite gets the first goal there. 3 points on the board for a Moonface with the clear.
Clear's going in, and it looks like Saluna's going to be right there with an open goal. Has to pass out. Moonface, though, finding the low side.
There by Invictus.
Reindeer with the disc, but it gets caught up by Rummy, and Rummy
All right, hello everybody, welcome and welcome back to VR Master League here on Channel 1. We've got for you another match. This is our 3rd straight in a row, and still more to come a little bit later on as well. We've got the channels going, and on the cast, well, you've got me, Palidore, you've got she, Crazy KitKatastrophe, that is to say, and maybe Nightfire too a little bit later on, but either way, we've got this one going, and Kit, how's it going?
I'm going pretty good. I'm excited to see this match. I know a couple of players on Team Foresight that I've been playing a little bit of pubs with just randomly, which is kind of cool. So I know kind of what to expect in this game, and I reckon it's going to be a good one.
All right, well, I reckon that you're going to be right, and if not, I'm going to fire Skinny. So back to the midfield here we go, round one about to begin. We've got over on Phenom, Foresight, that is, Phenom. Captain in here, Alduin, Tiny Texan, and Zip 182. And we'll be Rip Red taking that one away for the side of Blue. Getting this one started off, JJ Zell with the disc. And working up the floor there to Zip and across, but zipping right past a teammate.
Tiny picking that up now, looking for that clear downfield. It is going to get down into that half, but an amazing stack there by SuperBad, able to get that stack down and into the bubble, but again, and a great response there, getting it back out once again.
All right, midfield bouncing around here, regained by Zip. Zip right on over to Phenom. Phenom, though, right over the hands, and Red Marine with a slap over. Couldn't get it through that mid-line, so Alduin will take it back, and Phenom rolling in. There's the pass, and Zip for the goal. 2-point shot just to close it all up, and the first two, indeed, going to Foresight.
I wonder how SuperBad is going to respond here. Are they going to come out fast? Are they going to come out slow? It's going to be interesting to see because I really don't know the teams. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play it out.
And Rip Red here rolling out. We got JJ maybe with this recovery. No, actually Tiny Texan just coming in, guns blazing just about off that boost. So taking it back is easy. And ZZ not too easy on the clear. Back to Alduin, and Alduin getting stunned again. And ZZ Kalamata being contested by Zip. But Zip just being all kinds of troublesome inside this blue area as Red Marine will take that away. A nice ender move just as well. But unfortunately, that disc is just too fast to reach. So gonna have to rely on the boost from the teammates as ZZ Kalamata with a great pass. JJ Zell with a great finish. Alduin a near great save, but it will be a tied up game.
I think it bounced off the head there. It's unfortunate, but the stacks coming in from Foresight is absolutely amazing. They're really, really fast, and SuperBad able to just get around those stacks is pretty incredible too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, talk about incredible. How about the speedy stacks for Red Marine and Co. And through the bottom of the goal. Now they're up by 3. That was really fast just to take them off guard there.
I definitely think Foresight were not expecting that. It'll be interesting to see how they respond here.
Yeah, a 3-point advantage and a few minutes in. So Alduin kicking it out to Texan. Texan having to avoid the stack. Not wanting to turn it over twice in a row that same way. With that said, Kalamata there. Oh, a bounce will go perfectly for that setup to Phenom. Not the intention, but Phenom glad to be the recipient there.
Definitely a good read there by Phenom, able to see that the disc was loose and it just bouncing the wrong way, meaning that SuperBad couldn't get their hands back on it.
Now they will get their hands on it for this joust at the very least, right down to Rip Red. Rip Red over to Tiny Texan, though, on that interception. So Tiny Texan causing some trouble. Phenom there in trouble. Red Marine stunning him out, and Zip now finding Alduin. Alduin bouncing after the stun, back to JJ Zell, but another interception from Tiny Texan, trying to make some Texas toast out of this one, making the most out of their stacks, and now the goal as well, just to cap it off. Some crusty moves. I don't know, from Phenom and Co.
I love seeing fast stacks here. It's just good to see those intercepts and steals, and it's just been a real intercept game here.
Yeah, it seems like it. There's playing some catch between each other, so... with that, someone missing the goal, missing the joust rather, a miscommunication or maybe a misgrab could be costly. There's the cut. Alduin though getting cut off, and that's gonna bounce right outside. And Texan with the check-in to that goal and finds a 2 somehow, some way.
The slap bounce shot And it was a fast one too. Just able to read that situation really well, getting that slap off, it hitting the backboard in the perfect spot, and going in for 2.
Yeah, what an incredible hit. We've seen it on one side, now we've seen it on the other with those interesting, if not unintended, kind of quick turnovers into those scores. I mean, it worked once for either team. That underhanded fling will be received there. Phenom cutting, and Zip! It's another 2 points by Zip. 10 points now on the board. And some strong jousts with some even stronger passing there, Kit.
Definitely some strong passing and some strong stacks. It just seems like FORESIGHT have absolutely got this momentum going. Let's see how they use it. Let's see how SuperBad can respond.
Now Red Marine, but Zip the read once again. Backboard miss. Phenom make. 12-5. And that is, what, 3 in a row, I believe, coming in. And the heat is definitely starting to get underneath the feet of this team.
Definitely, and it's only 5 minutes in. This is definitely a good game so far.
And for SuperBad here coming in, technically bronze, but they're a team who's new to the roster, new as a roster, but not new to the game. Certainly almost making a shot there was JJ Zell. So they're 1-1 in their first couple games. These players coming from a variety of different teams to make this a SuperBad team. But FORESIGHT, they've been up here in Diamond Division, contesting and looking to maybe make a connection for the Master Division as we wind down this last cycle of Season 3. So it's a very, very tough task ahead of SuperBad against a very skilled team for sure. But so far, FORESIGHT up ahead.
That clear now loose down in the FORESIGHT bubble. It's going to be interesting to see who gets there first. It looks like those stacks were held back, and Ripred able to pick up that disc and slam it in for 2. I think the stacks got held back in the backfield there, meaning that that fast stack that we have seen from FORESIGHT wasn't able to get back in time to defend that bubble.
Yeah, and that was the case, and you had both the red players, the ripped one and the Marine, right in the goal there for the dunk, and off of the recovery, and right there as well for the stuns off that joust. We already saw those turnovers quickly earlier, so they're well aware for FORESIGHT that they can't be giving up or losing focus on those jousts, because they can quickly be blitzed and have that disc taken away there, and eventually, well, they will. There's a slap from Kalamata to at least deny the opportunity for the offense on FORESIGHT, but they're gonna still get it back with another bouncer of a pass that's picked and sent to Alduin, and Alduin having it taken out by Red Marine, read like a book.
Tiny Texan looking for that shot, but another intercept there by Red Marine, denying it. A great fast stack there from FORESIGHT, able to get away from that defense this time. It looks like they are going to bait them out. Look for that play to delay. Time getting stunned out there. It's now passed to Ripred. Ripred looking for that pass, but it is just missed by Red Marine. And Alduin is going to pick it up and clear it back downfield, bouncing off some Geo. It is still in the FORESIGHT half. Phenom picking up that disc now and looking to get that clear out.
And out of there it is, and the stacks as well. A little bit of an overshoot. We'll get this to Rip Red, but interception. There it is again. As Kit was mentioning, it's been a game of pings and pongs and shots from Alduin as well. Up by 7 points in this first round. A minute off the clock that time.
A little bit of extra time between goals there, I reckon. It's been a really fast-paced game, even though the scoreboard is showing a bit different to how this game is actually going. It is definitely an interesting one to see. What is going to happen here? Looks like FORESIGHT have slowed down their play a little bit, perhaps trying to get in the enemy team's head. A missed disc there, and it is going to get off. A long shot attempt, but it is going to bounce up. Alduin now with the disc and looking for that shot. Great shot there.
So, saw a little bit of the dubstep disc there, a staple at times that we see when I'm doing those OCE casts, and so some familiarity, a little taste of home, Kit, on the stream tonight, but that will actually be the benefit of FORESIGHT. They're going to score off of that rather quickly.
Red Marine now with that disc, slowing down the play a little bit, looking to get rid of those defenders. Great pass off there, and another great pass down to the trench. Oh no, an overshot pass there, but able to recover it is JJ. Oh, these names really confuse me. I do try, so I apologize if I get them wrong. A great stack there after the clear and slowly putting it in for 2. Trying to probably waste a little bit of time here to keep that lead.
Yeah, even the extra couple of seconds there, just eyeing down the defenses as they kind of helplessly stack towards them. So mean mugging, but they are indeed stealing away this round from them. 18-7, a time for one more score here from either team, as that, well, Miss Joust will just bounce right back to I'll do it on the other end.
Great pass off there and a slap, noticing that they are covered. Zip now picking up that disc, looking for that pass back. Great control here to end off the round.
All right, 18-7, and a successful start for FORESIGHT.
Definitely a great start here. It'll be interesting to see if they can carry that momentum into the second round. And I would love to see SuperBad come back here, because they have had some super good plays during this round. They did have a bit of a momentum going, but just FORESIGHT able to respond harder with that momentum, and they had an absolute fire drive going there.
Yeah, they were doing very, very well from themselves in that round, but knowing the roster here and these players, you know, Red Marine, Rip Red, JJZL, Kalamata, ZZ Kalamata, that is to say, again, technically, you know, you look at the ranks and you say, wait, why are they playing FORESIGHT? Well, that's because this team, the individual MMRs from the teams that they were coming off of to make this new roster, it justified it. Now, this is a strong team in the making, trying to make some noise coming into this latter leg of the season. Again, we're in cycle 3, meaning after the next few weeks, we're going to be closing off that regular season. We're going to be securing that Master Division list of players, and they're going to be going on to the finals and on May 15th and 16th. So just a month away. We're really winding it down here off of this long but very fun and successful season.
It's definitely been an interesting season. I mean, coming into the casting side, like in cycle 3, it's still good to see like all these new teams starting to form even this late in the season, getting like their momentum up possibly for season 4. And I reckon there's definitely some low bronze teams that we'll see very high up next season.
Oh yeah, it's kind of the circle of life basically here, and on the team end of things, right? Where it's just as this keeps growing, we're seeing new teams come into bronze, silver, gold, and so on. And then a season later, they're growing, advancing, and those bronze teams becoming silver and gold, those silver teams becoming gold and diamond, and so on and so forth. We're seeing these new master teams also earning their way through those challenger cups into the master division as well. I mean, it's been exciting, and I know as we wind this to a close, just hoping that trend keeps on continuing, and fully expecting it here in Echo. All that growth now with nearly 400 teams, I believe, 4,000 plus players just in Echo. Not to mention, of course, our other VRML games that we support. Onward and Pavlov, Snapshot. Just a lot of games coming in and on the seasons, and it's been fun. With that, a quick snap, and well, the shot just off. But Zip is going to take that away and back into the second round now after that brief intermission of a timeout, and back into their arms. I'll do it here with a look, and look at that. That was phenomenal.
Definitely. I don't get how people can have such accuracy on those slaps, because they can go a bit wild. So it's amazing to see control here from FORESIGHT. That is not the first slap goal we have seen from them today.
Yeah, not at all, and absolutely, those shots require just that extra level of quick decision and great precision, just like the 3 sniped from Kalamata. Up by 1.
Let's see if they can take advantage of this and use that to build momentum. Let's see what they can do here. Let's see how they can respond. I would love to see a comeback here, and I love a good round 3. So let's see what comes of this now.
All right, and Tiny Texan sending it over to Phenom. Phenom checking down the tunnel looking for Zip. Zip over from the right side, looking to the left lane, but nobody home, so gets stunned in the dome. Back to the trap, taken back by Tiny Texan. Red Marine there with a stun, and Marine with a clear, but bounces every which way. So fire in the hole as they get that grenade right out of there and back into the blue zone.
It is going to be Kalamata picking that disc up, looking for that pass to Red Marine. Red Marine now doing some jukes, looking for that clear downfield. He is going to bounce off some geometry, but still back in the hands of SuperBad. Alduin now with that intercept, a great reset pass there, and looking to get it back downfield.
Alduin looking for that grab as well, looking for the cloud maybe on that shot or that clear will be received here. Phenom looking like he has the angle, but no, just in the nick of time. It was Rip Red snagging that and actually tapping it back. But will be Tiny Texan with another fling into the bubble from the backboard right as the stuns came in. Well, the shot went in as well. I'll do it.
I hope to see more back and forward here because we do have 2 goals from the side of FORESIGHT and 1 from SuperBad. But let's see if they can come back here. I just love a good comeback and I am rooting for the underdog here. Let's see how they respond. A great fast stack there. Zip coming in strong but able to shake him off, but not able to get that pass off. Another great stack there, and Tiny Texan is going to take that 3-pointer.
All right, Tiny Texan with a very big shot to put them up by a couple goals now, 5 points. And yeah, with that, still plenty of time, but that's a really hot start now scoring-wise for these teams. 10 points combined and just a few minutes expended. So launching here, needing to score. Don't want to give up too many more in a row because that's when you get into that troubled zone of the snowball.
Definitely don't want to see a snowball here. Oh, great intercept there. Great stun. Red Marine now with that disc. Looking for options. Looking for that pass off. Great man coverage here by FORESIGHT. FORESIGHT going to look for an intercept, but not able to get it. Red with the pass off there, but JJ Zell not able to get it in. Zip now with the disc and looking for that clear downfield. A fast stack coming in, and they are able to get it and hopefully get it out.
And Kalamata with that disc as well, just waiting and waiting, trying to find some sort of angle or maybe wait for the players to go, but still let loose that disc, and disc will be recollected, but just the same intercepted. There's Alduin once again, has Zip on the right side, and softly gets it to Zip. Zip has another cross. This one's gonna be tough. They get it through. Oh, the finish not there. That was a sick pass off of that lead, but just unable to convert, so instead back into the midline where it'll be taken back again by a speeding Phenom.
Phenom now with that pass down to Zip. Zip looking for that pass off down, but it bounces off some Geo. Who's going to get to it first? A great tap there from Tiny Texan, and a great pass up to Alduin. Alduin looking for that pass down, and it just is not able to be made. And a great clear downfield by SuperBad.
And SuperBad now with an opportunity. There's Rip Red, and that is ripped through. Red Marine gets the 2. They're within 2, just the same in round 2. So round of applause. We got ourselves a game. We're only halfway through this round as well, so a lot of time to expend still yet, and still open. Fingers crossed. We've came close at times, but no round 3 yet in these Channel 1 streams. So could that be changing soon? Well, we hope so.
Great intercept there. Perhaps a bounce shot. It's just stinging off. Red Marine going to get the recovery. Getting stunned out. The disc is loose. JJ Zell looking to pick it up first. Looking for that pass across to Rip Red. Rip Red looking for that bounce shot. It just isn't able to be made. Tiny Texan now with the disc looking for that clear downfield. Who is going to get to it first? Zip looking to get there, but not able to pick it up.
So Stacks roaming freely through that midline. Meanwhile, just leaving us 1 or 2 in the back on either end, so just trying to buffer that defense and not concede too much if they can, but now a little disjointed. Phenom here inside the goal was trying to contest, but couldn't quite do so. Rip Red now on the side tunnel, but is being cut off by Zip, nicely playing the positions between the passing lanes, so just forces Rip Red into this bouncer of a clear that just gets intercepted, taken back by Tiny Texan, but it was all predicated by what? The cutoff in that tunnel by the defense. So well done on their behalf, but Rip Red will still snag it back, only for a moment. Oh, and that was smoking! Phenom! They go back up by 5. What a shot!
Definitely a great read there. Saw that the disc was going to bounce off geometry, hung around on that shield area, able to pick it up and just absolutely belt it into that goal for 3.
And now with the last third of this round, a very quick joust from one team, a bit of a slower joust from the other side, so this is going to be maybe a goal conceded again. Let's see, Tiny Texan the breaks, and they break it open. The lead, that is 12-5.
I'm speechless. Just the pace of this game. Just FORESIGHT able to bring it back, able to bring that momentum back and absolutely come in blazing into this second half of the second round.
And quick shout out again to the chat. Sorry, I'm really not saying what's up or recognizing you guys enough here. It's funny how fast you lose the muscle memory of balancing 10 plates at once when you don't cast for a couple weeks. But that said, JJ Zell here, well, they're going to lose a disc to Tiny Texan. Texan continuing to play some pretty sturdy defense there and bothersome in the mid lane as it will be sent over to the sidewall and regained by Red Marine with a tap to Kalamata. Nice control now.
Great pass down there, great control, and the bounce. Did it bounce? I couldn't quite see, but I don't think it did.
That was just that was a really, I mean, off that initial set of bounces in the midfield, once they gathered that was a beautiful string along of passes and execution to bring it back within just a couple goals. 5 points here at the disadvantage and not too tough to overcome for sure, so we're searching for it. That third round, could it be some momentum building? Let's see, making it tough certainly, but that deep down throw might result here in another grab and another goal. No, what a save from Kalamata. That was huge.
Great save there, and they pick it back up, looking for that clear downfield. An unfortunate bounce there, but they still are able to recover. Great slap into the trench there. It is going to bounce up, hit off that shield. Who is going to get to it first? A stack coming in, but it is overshot. A slap back, but an intercept. And Phenom with another intercept there. Potential shot attempt here, possibly, maybe a pass, but getting stunned out. Rip Red now with that disc, looking for that pass off to Red Marine. Red Marine with the pass off to JJ Zell. JJ Zell looking for that pass down. A great set of passes there, and able to get the 2-pointer is Rip Red.
Wow, that was crucial to this potential comeback, because now they're within 3. They've got 1 minute left, and this is going to be to the point where every single action from here on out is going to be so important to these results. So let's get it going. 60 seconds, a little bit less. In fact, but the goal is open and could have put him away. But a missed shot here, missed opportunity. And now it's going to be back in the hands of SuperBad.
SuperBad making a super good comeback here. Is that
yes!
it? No way! No way! What a shot there! What an absolutely amazing shot. Bringing it to a tied game with about probably 15, 17 seconds left as they come out of the tunnels.
That was an incredible hit. Holy clutch! Alduin now on this launch. Could we be eyeing that OT? Alduin, hoping not. That's gonna be off here to Red Marine. 7 seconds left now. The goal is slightly open, but now being closed off. They have to get rid of it quickly and maybe have an opportunity, but no, time is not there, but overtime certainly is. Kit, what a match.
What a match there, and we have an overtime. What an amazing shot there. I'm still mind blown by it, and let's see how they carry this momentum into overtime.
I'm going to be eyeing Rip Red here, seeing if the momentum just from that shot earlier can carry them on. Let's see, the joust won by Zip though, and unfortunately a lot of players overshooting on the side of SuperBad, so they need to get back really quickly here. Alduin is going to dish it off and find the ding. Tiny Texan couldn't convert, getting hurt by the punch, intercepted by Zip, and Zip really quick to Phenom. Phenom over to the side. A beautiful passing here, but just lost to Kalamata. Intensity is the name of this game.
Both teams, I think, definitely feeling the pressure here. Quite a few mistakes made. Another long shot attempt there, perhaps. It bouncing loose. Who's going to pick it up? Oh, no way! What a comeback! Rip Red taking that 3-pointer and taking the second round. We are going to round 3.
Who was it again? Just reminder. Who shot that one? It was Rip Red. It was Rip Red. Wow. 15-12. What a stellar ending. And some stellar clutches by that guy right there. Smoking hot. We got that round 3 after all, even when it was looking unlikely. Yeah, you can't doubt these teams. Like I said, this team technically newer by the roster, but they're facing a diamond team for a reason. That was incredible.
Definitely incredible round. I am interested to see how they come into this third round. Definitely going to be a close one here. How is FORESIGHT going to respond here? I reckon that they are going to come back even faster and stronger. But I reckon that SuperBad is definitely going to come back even stronger as well. So it is going to be a good round here.
Oh yeah, I can feel it. I think the chat can too. Just never can doubt those comebacks in Echo. They happen so very often. And I mean, all the team has to do is they miss one or two opportunities. It's instant momentum swing. Truly, it's like a pendulum. How the game of Echo flows round to round and even minute to minute. So with that, without further ado, we're back into the round, and I do notice you, Sir Dimwee, but we are bound for some glory here as we started off. It's Zip really quickly again on the joust, winning it, much like last time in overtime, but Phenom is there with no time at all, is managing to clutch it somehow and actually dumps it off to some beautiful handling of that disc as well as the players on the brawls.
It's now loose in the bubble. Who is going to get to it first? It looks to be FORESIGHT. FORESIGHT now looking for a pass off. A pass there to Zip. Zip looking for a pass back. It is overshot there. Rip Red looking to pick up that disc now, flipping upside down. Looking for that pass downfield. Great pass, but is going to be cleared, but not quite. It's another slap there, but it is going to bounce off more geometry. Alduin picking up that disc now, looking for a clear downfield. It is going to be intercepted once again and cleared back downfield.
And eventually finding Rip Red, the hot hand, the red hot hand, in fact, from the last round around. Zip here in the backfield will reset it over wisely to Alduin, securing that disc and now sending it securely through. Just missing the first double diamond, found the second one, now finding some stuns, so knuckling up and trying to get that puck right into that goal, but just below it as it's regained by Rip Red.
Rip Red now with the disc, potential pass there, but it is cleared downfield. It is going to be bouncing loose. It looks like that it is going to get to Zip first. Zip now with the disc is going to zip it downfield, but an intercept there from Rip Red, ripping into that clear.
Now the teammates flying down the floor. 3 players already shuffled into the goal on defense. So Rip Red's gonna line this one up. Has some angles at the nest. One free player, JJ Zell, not free for too long, getting stunned. So no such thing as free lunch, and took the lunch money with those brawls. Bullying in that midfield now as well. There it is. Tiny Texan getting loose. They have the angle. A little too tough. The finish there. Missing, actually. Rebounding. And now Tiny Texan, but a missed pass. And the connection lost. So still stuck at 0, stalemated here in round 3.
I think that FORESIGHT are feeling the pressure here, and definitely I think feeling the pressure is SuperBad. It is a tough game here, and I think both teams are definitely feeling it. A great pass off there, but it is just missed once again. Once again, a loose disc. Who is going to get the recovery first? It will be Red Marine. Red Marine with the pass off. Potential shot there, but saved by Alduin.
And Kalamata, oh, that's off the pole, but rebounded. Now the goal is left open. Oh, but backs it out. So maybe a miscommunication or missed recognition there. They had a very brief window, but they will still retain. And with that control, seeing if they can proclaim themselves a goal. There's a stun on Alduin. The window's open again, and now closed once more. Some great defense, but I also feel like a couple missed opportunities on these narrow shot windows. Don't get me wrong. They were narrow, but they were there, and instead now it's going to be off to the other end, where they'll be scored upon and punished. Alduin.
Definitely a different pace here than we've seen from the other 2 rounds. The first goal, not for the first 3 minutes. The pressure incredible from both teams, able to have that defense nice and clutch up, and absolutely strong defense on both sides.
And also, I know I'm a bit late on this, but hey Jake, no hate, because you know what? The clutches are so clutch and they are hype as ever. Right here is gonna be a miss from the side, but into the corner and almost sailing in its own right. Phenom off that hit. And hot off this, again, overtime win. I was expecting some fury to start off, honestly, for SuperBad. After some back-to-back clutch threes, boop shot, then overtime win. I did not expect them to be down to, well, nothing, no scores in this round. So, like you said, Kit, I think the pressure is something to definitely factor in of these matches, and which is why it's all so exciting for a caster, but just, it's a big crunch if you're one of these players, for sure.
Definitely. Alduin now with that disc, looking for that pass off. Zip now with it, going to pull out those defenders, perhaps looking to pull them out, potentially gaining some windows of open time here. Tiny Texan now with that disc, looking for that pass off, but an intercept there, but a missed clear. Phenom with the disc, pass to Tiny Texan to Alduin. Alduin looking back to Tiny Texan. A great play there, and scoring another 2 points, putting them up by 4.
Bronze, silver, gold, diamond, master. You will not find a better passing play than what we just saw executed there for their second goal. That was really, really nicely done, and threw a lot of clustered up defense and players in short proximity. I mean, masterful for sure. Rip Red here, they're down by 4, and they've got the QB. Rip Red again in the middle. You know, that clutch player, seeing if they can clutch it together here as Red Marine approaches that goal with a passing play of their own. There you go. Beautiful rebuttal.
I think both teams may have just needed to process what happened in that second round, because here they come with some momentum. Let's see how both teams will use it.
Absolutely. You gotta figure these players are sweating up a storm. At least I am in my casting desk, and that's just from the hype alone. But with that, it's gonna be Tiny Texan, a quick rollout here, and actually missing that second pass, and costly here. Red Marine gets that recovery and passing it off, but another interception. So back into the offense once again. Tiny Texan.
Pass off there to Alduin. Alduin gonna reset it. Perhaps going to slow down the play a little bit, bait out those defenders as we've seen them do. It creates a little bit of a window for them to get an open chance on that bubble. Definitely Tiny Texan looking to take it in there, but not able to get a hand on, getting stunned out. A potential backboard there, not quite into the hands of Zip. Zip now with the disc, a pass off to Alduin. Alduin looking for that backboard, but the stop there from Kalamata.
No sweat off that backboard. That was a beautiful save, and this is gonna translate into the 3. It's open, and maybe the rebound. No, it's closed. Punished by Zip.
Definitely a missed opportunity there. Great stun by Red Marine, waiting for that disc to come close. The player from FORESIGHT not noticing them and able to get that passing play off. It is now a tied game with 3 minutes left.
Some incredible plays and some phenomenal grabs we're seeing. Both ends of the floor, we saw a save directly in the goal, and then we saw another save directly in the goal, but eventually directing it into the goal, and it's tied up again with 3 minutes to spare following that overtime in round 2. I mean, on pace for something similar here as this third and final one comes to a close soon.
Definitely an amazing job from both teams here. Alduin now with that disc, potentially wasting some time. Definitely something we've seen from them a lot is just baiting out those defenders and getting those passes off. They definitely have strong passes here, so they are using that to their advantage.
Good job by Zip to at least delay that stack with the initial punches. Now that said, the stack recovers defensively for them, and will actually result in a turnover for just a moment. Red Marine, though, having it immediately grabbed back by Zip. And Zip over to Alduin on that side panel. But another one of those missed grabs off that wall will be a turnover into the trap as Rip Red looking to combat them and come back at them with another 3-point shot. But Phenom is there to stop it, and might have been a little high anyway. So Zip with another chance here.
Zip now looking for that pass to Tiny Texan. A great stun there by SuperBad. It is able to make it into the bubble, but intercepted. Another intercept there from Tiny Texan. Tiny Texan looking for that pass down to Alduin. Alduin looking for that backboard, and it is grabbed, but it still ends up in the goal as a self goal. And FORESIGHT are up by 2.
Hey, they'll take whatever they can get, and that time, well, will be the benefit, indeed, of FORESIGHT. So, minute and a half left. I'm just expecting a crunch time finish again like before. I mean, both these teams now are in full form. They are both smoking here, and they've got it. They've got it going. JJ Cell off that pass for Red Marine. Like I said, these teams are in a great rhythm, so the finish is just going to be as exciting as last time, I think, Kit. This is a really fun match so far.
This is definitely a fun match and a great one to cast, and I'm glad I'm here right now, and let's see how they respond. It has been really back and forward here. It looks like FORESIGHT are going to slow it down once again. Look for those options. Perhaps play it a little bit safe, trying to get it into that bubble. There is 40 seconds left on the clock.
Really smart here for these teams. For FORESIGHT, just trying to drag up the clock a little bit. Now, of course, got to get it out of there eventually, but the main thing is, these teams, they want to be the ones to take the last shot if they can. They don't want to give time for the other team to get back onto a rollout and score again, force an overtime or get a win. So with that, I mean, the time is down. This is going to be a last shot attempt coming in a hot second. Alduin, a shot, and it's over in the flash of a pan. It's Alduin.
I think they definitely played that to their advantage, getting that last goal, able to secure that win. I think the aim of the game there was to slow it right down and capitalize on a mistake there by SuperBad. Definitely not a bad game here by SuperBad. It's been an absolutely incredible one.
Yeah, that was what a finish to both of those last two rounds. That one, lower scoring in comparison to the first two, certainly, but not lacking in any kind of excitement. Right down to the game-ending shots. Again, we had an overtime. Well, first, a huge shot to force an overtime in round 2, then followed by the game-winning shot in overtime by Rip Red to force this round 3. But then coming in the clutch, it's Alduin. Had some nice, again, defensive plays as well, but right when it came down to it, that goal was open. And the opportunity, well, it was taken, and full advantage, and yeah, full credit going certainly to FORESIGHT, able to really muscle it in when it really could have gone either way, as you can see. I mean, those scoring lines last couple rounds, so very close. Just look at the point totals. Yeah, just strong efforts.
Definitely nothing to be shy of here by either team. Just absolutely pulling out an amazing job here. And it's definitely not a bad loss for SuperBad. Definitely a great game. And I'm actually really, really happy it was my first co-cast on Channel 1. What a game to have casted.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm not a mathematician, as anyone who watches these streams knows, but I feel like some numbers may or may not add up on some of these scores. I could be wrong. I failed math after all. In any case, though, we do have another match coming up in 13 minutes, so we'll probably end this stream just to keep things a little bit more tidy, but rest assured we will actually be right back in the next 13 minutes from now. And we'll go live a little bit earlier, of course, than usual, but we do have coming on up one more match, at least here on Channel 1. There could still be other stuff following that, but especially knowing this casting group, they've been so active. But yeah, don't want to miss at the top of the hour, 12 minutes away now, Paper versus Vex. So Paper, now you know them. Now Vex, well, you know their players, but the team name kind of reforming here recently. You got Abbott, you've got In, you got Of, some short names there, and you got Toki, Slow, and Wonder. So I'll be wondering which 4 out of the 6 we'll be seeing from Vex, but in the Diamond Division, you can expect some more of the very best coming up very next. Kit, any final words here as we briefly end this stream?
I just must say, good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time of day it is.
True, I can't even pull that anymore.
I just want to have everyone have a good day, evening, night, whatever. Just have a good one.
Well, truer words have never been spoken and shall never be again. That have been Palidore. That's been KitKatastrophe on the co-cast as well as sidelines in the previous match. And Nightfire was joining earlier, as well as JAG, and so much for Subtlety. And that's only channel 1, so... Like I said, activity through the roof. That said, everyone here, stay tuned. I'll get you your channel points and set up a new poll, of course. But 11 minutes from now, we'll be live once again with one more Diamond matchup. So do stay tuned, Paper and Vex. But until then, be happy, healthy, safe, be good to each other. I'll see you again very shortly. Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.